We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So Cardi B gets put on blast by Scratch Off's ghostwriter for having writing camp. Wow. Let's take a listen to what the ghostwriter had to say.
I wrote a song with Luke called Big Energy for LATT0.
Okay.
Yeah, we did a writing camp in Hawaii for Cardi B. And we did a whole bunch of songs. And I remember we at Hawaii, we at the house and we working and we trying to come up with stuff, and Luke plays me the beat. And I'm like, oh yeah, you know, this, yeah, you know.
Oh, Mariah Carey song, right? Yeah.
I started like trying to figure out ideas, but I kept hearing the Mariah Carey song. So it was throwing me off a little bit. He was like, you know what, Teron? I think you should talk about dicks in this song because all the girls rap about pussy.
Okay.
I said, what? I said, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't think I feel comfortable doing it.
Right.
Yeah. He's like, it's going to be big. I go back to my place and I remember I was binging Game of Thrones. I had never seen it, so I'm binging Games of Thrones. Okay. And I'm in there watching it, and then I'm like trying to wrap my head about this concept that Luke has in his mind. I'm like, oh my God. And I stopped the movie. Like, it's throwing me off. It's driving me crazy. I'm like, what? I'm like, you know, but he's been right a lot. And when you're right a lot, I'm like, I should at least try. And I go to Twitter and I see a tweet says, damn, I love a nigga with big dick energy.
This is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of Cardi B fans are calling out Scratch Off for taking the song from Cardi B because, as we clearly heard, you know, he said that, you know, he was doing writing camps or in writing camps for Cardi B, and then he ended up getting with Dr. Puke, who has, you know, written for Doja Cat, you know, has worked with Nicki, Katie, and obviously Scratch Off and Koi Fish. A Cardi B fan said the girl always gets to eat off of Cardi's crumbs. Oh my goodness. So Cardi B fans are upset that, you know, Scratch Off's ghostwriter did not give big energy to Cardi B, or, you know, maybe Cardi B didn't want it. But basically, the girls are sharing writers. Now, in my opinion, you know, I'm not really upset about the ghostwriter thing because I'll be honest with you, I do think that Cardi B and Scratch Off need writers. I'm glad that Champagne Thickums is able to help Scratch Off now. He deserves his flowers for helping Scratch Off recently, but I just don't think Scratch Off and Cardi B are great writers when it comes to lyrics. So they need all the help that they can get. Hopefully Megan Thee Stallion can get her own writing camp. You know, there was rumors that allegedly her mother was writing for her, RIP, to Holly. But hopefully, you know, maybe Megan Thee Stallion can get some writers or some writing camps. And people can say, oh, she don't need writers. She writes her music. Yeah, and it don't sound good. I started to question her writing ability when she was saying, my man, my baby daddy. And when she put out that song... When she put out that song, I said she needs writers. Okay? So Megan Thee Stallion needs writers for Act 3, in my opinion, and she needs the writing camps. Camel Face, make it happen. Now, speaking of Megan Thee Stallion, is Megan Thee Stallion having issues with Camel Face? Or is she shelved? Something is going on because a fan commented under Megan Thee Stallion's Instagram post and said, Megan, please, Hot Girl Summer is almost over. Just drop the song. We're begging you. Megan Thee Stallion said no. Okay? That she's not going to drop any music right now. Allegedly, she's shelved. That's what fans were saying on social media. And this is the song that fans want her to drop.
Ay, all that wifey shit is dead. Put that shit to bed. I'ma make them bed when I want some head. All that wifey shit is dead. Put that shit to bed. I'ma make them bed when I want some head.
Okay, so let me know if you guys want Megan Thee Stallion to release a song. I don't mind Megan releasing a song as long as she changed the last verse, like I said before. I'm gonna make him beg when I want some head is not a good verse. That's trash. She should change it to all that wifey shit is dead. Put that shit to bed. That nigga want me back. I left that hoe on red. That would be a fire bar. Okay? That would be fire. You know, not everything has to be sexual. You don't want to hear, you know, I'm going to make him beg when I want some head. That is too sexual for no reason. You know, and the thing is, I'll let Megan keep that verse. You know, I don't mind being a ghostwriter for Megan as long as I get my 20%. Okay, like I said before. But let me know if you guys would be here for Megan releasing this song and if you guys are going to support the record. Because sometimes y'all say yes, but then y'all don't support the song. So y'all got to support and buy and stream when this song come out. Now, Scratch Off and Doja Cat's OK has entered the top 50 on the U.S. Apple Music for the first time following its music video release. A lot of fans want the payola package for Scratch Off and Doja Cat. A fan said, I want playlisting, autoplay, streaming farms, every payola that can be made. I want inflated numbers, botted likes, unskippable ads, bought awards, paid critics. I want fraudulence like the label is on the brink of bankruptcy. No more love and light strategies. Okay? Now, Scratch Off and Doja Cat are currently under the same label, even though Scratch Off might be getting dropped. But they are under RCA the Colorist. RCA the Colorist, you know, they have used payola in the past, especially for Doja Cat. Not really so much for Scratch Off, but mostly for Doja Cat. So we will see if the payola gets renewed. Okay, maybe Doja Cat's payola could finally get renewed because it definitely was gone during the V era. The V era, the payola was not there. Okay, so hopefully, you know, once Doja Cat do her rituals, once she puts out her next project, she can get the payola package back. Now, Nick decided to unfortunately humiliate Olandria after it was already confirmed and reported by People's Magazine that they have broken up. He posted on TikTok, subscribers only to Nick Olandria community. The rumors are true. I didn't want to give people false hope, so I wanted to clear the air. We will continue to love each other always. It's sensitive as well as private subject. Thank you for respecting our privacy. Okay? That's what he posted on TikTok, subscribers only. And this is my issue with Nick. Okay? And I said this plenty of times before and I was called a hater. What he does doesn't logically make sense. It was already announced y'all broke up. You didn't have to post this message just because you liked one of her pictures. Okay? If you guys didn't break up, I feel like it would have been confirmed either by Olandria or you sooner that y'all were still together. Okay? You did this to make money. Okay? Let's be very clear. And this further pushes the narrative that y'all were together for PR, which is going to get Olandria dragged. I feel like he didn't really need to post that because it's obvious and evident that y'all not together. Like, come on now. Because when People's Magazine dropped the article, I think Olandria or Nick would have came out and said that it was false, especially since Olandria was on Domois blog saying that she was going to get her lawyers ready. So if she was going to clear up something on another blog, I'm sure she would have cleared up if, it was false that her and Nick broke up, via People's Magazine. And another thing is People Magazine said they got the information from a close source, which also lets me know that it probably was Olandria's team that told them. I think the close source was Olandria. And I think Olandria and her team feel like they no longer need to be associated with Love Island or with Nick, because at the end of the day, Olandria has been getting a lot of deals by herself. She hasn't really been doing a lot of photo shoots, a lot of advertising with Nick, even when they were a couple. So is really Olandria's world, and Nick was just living in it. And I don't think that she views him as somebody that she can have like a long lasting, relationship with. Is not Beyonce and Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not giving that at all. Now, Tyla did a recent interview and she talked about the backlash she received for saying that she was colored versus black or African American. Let's take a listen.
I mean, initially, it was very difficult because prior to the Breakfast Club, I did answer that question. Yeah. And already I started getting backlash and I was like, whoa, I don't know what else to say about it, because I never had to explain myself.
Yeah.
I was just always myself and living, at the time, 22 years of my life, all I knew was that I'm colored. And that's what I was told. It's what, I had to tick on boxes back home. And when I was able to travel the world and learn more about the world, I then learned just how big the world is, and how different each country is, how different context is. So when I learned about what it means here, I was like, whoa, this is going to be a difficult conversation to have.
Yeah, right.
Because in South Africa, we also have a derogatory term. So I feel like if someone were to come to our country and say they were that, I get why it would,
be triggering.
Very triggering. So,
in my opinion, I'm still having a tough time understanding what's the difference between being colored and black. Is she saying she's colored because she's Indian and I think she's South African and Indian or something of that sort? That's why she's saying that she's colored versus black? Now, a lot of the fans are saying this is one of the reasons why she's not getting, a lot of support from the general public is because she won't say that she's black fully. Now she's saying she's colored and black, but before she was saying that she was colored. I don't feel like it's a big deal. I just don't understand what would be the difference. Especially since you're from South Africa, but there is non-colored people in South Africa as well. So we do have to acknowledge that. But a lot of people feel like this is what has caused people not to support Tyla because she doesn't really align herself with the black community. That's what people feel. And, people have the same kind of sentiment with Doja Cat. And if you notice, Doja Cat doesn't get the same support that she used to either. So let me know, whose side you're on. Do you feel like, Tyla is colored or do you feel like she's black? Let me know in the comments. Now, people are also talking about Kai Cenat and Tyla doing a stream today. A lot of fans are saying that she's using Kai Cenat, considering that, he asked her out on a date, I think a few years ago when water was popping, and she declined and kind of curved him. But now, since, she got an album coming, it looks like she will be using Kai Cenat, who is the easiest streamer to use currently. So let me know if you guys feel like she's using Kai Cenat. I'm like, well, Kai Cenat, he's supposed to be used. He's part of the industry. He's supposed to be used to promote these rappers and artists' music. I mean, what else is he good for? I don't think he's that entertaining unless, he's around other streamers or celebrities. So I don't get what the problem is. Now, fans are saying Usher is canceled because he was trying to get freaky deaky with this young light-skinned woman on stage. She didn't want to get freaky deaky and he kicked her off stage. A lot of fans are saying she wanted Chris Brown, which could have been true. Some fans were also saying, well, Usher has a history of certain diseases and maybe she didn't want to catch anything. Let me know how y'all feel about it. My whole thing is, why even go up on stage if you didn't want to be touched on by Usher? These hoes be dumb. No shade. And honestly, she deserved Donkey of the Day for that. No shade. Because if you don't want to be touched by a male celebrity, which is fine, don't go up on stage. You know what Usher is given if he bring you on stage. You know what Chris Brown is given if he bring you on stage. They not going up there to sing you no church songs. They singing you some R&B, sexy songs, and they want to touch up and fill up on you. That's what they always do. I don't understand. Like, I don't get what she thought she was going up there for. And on top of that, it's like Usher's known to do this. This is one of the reasons why Keke Palmer's baby daddy went off on her. You know, like, he's known to pull celebrity women on stage, give out roses, serenade, you know, touch up and fill up on women just because he married for the third time. You know, no shade. It's not like he only been married once. He been married a few times and is a known cheater. Just because he married, that doesn't stop anything. You know, these celebrities get married and divorced all the time. So I'm confused why you was up on stage. That didn't make no sense to me. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Patreon on Taylor, Travis, Selena, Justin, Haley, Camel Fame. Link in description. I hope you guys have a great day.